authorities have been saying, well, there's no clear data yet as to how the Omicron variant is going to affect the efficacy of vaccines. We should just keep on inoculating the population. And on that note, you have the UK completing the donation of at least 5.2 million AstraZeneca doses to the country. Should we be expecting more donations?
Look, I think the UK and many, so I think also that's through the WH program as well. I think the UK and I think other countries involved. And I think it's a recognition across the world, actually, that there's a need to vaccinate, dare I say, everyone. I mean, I think it's been put very well that we're all safe when everybody is safe, right? So I think there is that. I mean, this is the 75th year of diplomatic relations between the UK and the Philippines. We have a new ambassador in place, Ambassador Law Bofis, and the relationship is very strong. And I think that started before. And I think, yes, I mean, obviously the Philippines is very supportive, not just obviously on the vaccines, but also in terms of economic cooperation and support in general.
Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of the economic agenda of the national government, you have the chamber really pushing hard for certain economic measures, such as the Retail Trade Liberalization Act. We are expecting, of course, Congress to go on a holiday break. How confident are you that these priority bills will be passed before Duterte ends his term?
Well, in the first case, if you take the Retail Trade Liberalization Act, that's already been passed through the bicameral. It's been signed as an enrolled bill. It's with the Office of the President since the 10th of December. 10th of November, let me correct that, apologies. However, therefore, we're anticipating that will be signed or go into law very shortly. So the Retail Trade Liberalization Act, that'll be a very key measure in that sector. We believe there were discussions today in the Foreign Investment Act in the bicameral, so we have confidence there. And we'd also like to see the Public Service Act. Now, if we get all those, and I think this is a very important point, Jess, because it will be a clear signal to investors and obviously lead to even further foreign direct investment. So am I confident? Yes, I'm confident on the Retail Trade Act. I'm confident for the Foreign Investment Act. Obviously, the Public Service Act, in terms of its timing, is behind, but we're still hopeful. And I think the key for the Philippines is that if we get all those acts passed, we can further reinforce it to UK companies who've already expressed an interest, and that will certainly assist the economic recovery of the country, which obviously was featured in the earlier part of the program.
Okay, but pending those measures, what's the level of interest now among UK companies to invest in the Philippines? How many firms are looking to set up shop in the country in 2022?
Well, what I can say is this, actually. So during 2020 and 21, which obviously we've all been living in this pandemic, we've still had significant interest, particularly in our key sectors of retail, food and drink, beverage, advanced machinery, business outsourcing. So I think there's great opportunities. I would certainly say those companies are looking forward to seeing these signals of these acts passing. And I think the other thing I want to stress here is that we have been a great advocate and are an advocate to UK companies to see the Philippines not only as in itself a great market, but as an entry to all of Southeast Asia. So interest is high. And I think I'd just like to, again, urge, obviously, the people in Congress, the Senate, get those bills passed as well, and because I think it will send a great signal. It was one of the points we reinforced last Friday at the Department of Finance and BSV Forum. So interest is high. It'll be further supported with those measures.
But can we at least get a number? Like, do you have at least certain firms now already at least concluding or trying to complete requirements on the possibility of investing here in the Philippines next year?
I think so. I mean, look, over time, we've done a lot of inquiries. And I think this year alone, we've been handling probably in the region of something inquiries, whether that'll lead to business is something else. But I would say we've had at least over 30 plus. And I think the way forward is not only, of course, people investing, finding partners here. We've done work on that respect. And of course, we do a lot of work in terms of promoting and educating and working with it. So I'd say, Jess, interest is high, opportunities are there. And really, I think the key for the Philippines is to go forward in this pandemic. As I said, I can't reiterate it enough that these measures will be important in that. And I think it'll be not just helpful, but critical in the economic recovery.
All right. Speaking of economic recovery, you just have to ask you this: when do you see at least the Philippines returning to its pre-pandemic level of growth?
Well, there's been variations on that. I think we're looking probably, I've seen different indications, but probably towards the latter half of 2022, coming in 23. I think what's important, of course, in that is there's certain dynamics the Philippines can't control, obviously world events, supplies and so forth. But I think linked to that is obviously the Build program. I would commend that the way we've moved forward now in terms of the managing the risk, going to granulated lockdowns. I mean, I would just commend the work we've done also and supported Joey Concepcion, who has now been given the Lifetime Arrancada Award. I think also keeping in the way the Banco Central has operated and supported, and of course, the Department of Finance through its actions.